Hey everyone, it's Dave, aka Finance Guy, and we are going to do another 72 bucks EverQuest raid on EQ Emulator, a local install on my computer. We're going to raid Talendor today, Kunark Dragon in the Skyfire Mountain range. It's a very big zone, and Talendor can wander just about anywhere, and there's a lot of mobs wandering around, so we gotta be careful when we pull him. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about basically mostly the pull is probably the hardest part because he's actually a fairly easy fight outside of maybe his AoE that can be problematic at times. If you like what you've been seeing so far, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate all the support. May add some additional games going forward soon enough, and do some other crazy things in other games. But EverQuest will always have my heart as my favorite game. Okay, so real quick, let me bring up Talendor so we can look at his stats and see what we're basically gonna deal with. In the meantime, my characters will continue their buff routine. So here's Talendor on MQEmulator.net, which is where you can get all the stats of the mobs in the database, provided you haven't edited them on your own in your database. So he's a level 60 dragon, and he has 32,000 hit points, which is pretty much what every classic boss has. So not much harder, and now you're level 60. You have better spells, and you will have better weapons if you don't already. So really, it's kind of just like a trivial fight once you kind of get around the mechanics. So you can hit for up to 500 damage, which isn't terribly hard. He attacks up to 1.8 seconds. He attacks 3 times per round, which does make him a little harder just because he attacks 3 times and not 2 times like some of the other mobs. He's very resistant against all spells except for cold, so we're going to tell our wizards to cast cold magic, and I believe our shaman will cast cold over magic too. And anyone else who might have cold magic, rangers, I believe druids have some cold magic, so we can have them cast as well. He is slowable, however, we're probably not going to land it because his magic and disease resist are fairly high, so we're not going to count on it. He doesn't rampage, doesn't flurry, he doesn't reach. It's not going to matter. It's going to go down pretty quick. He is, however, immune to casting from range, and what that means is he's a belly caster. All the casters need to be right underneath him. So why don't we look at his AoEs and what he does. His spells cast. So he has Dragon Fear, which is a more powerful fear than Nagafen and Vox. This one is negative 150 resist check, but it only lasts for 6 seconds. So it doesn't last a very long time. It's just that it's very hard to resist. The next one is Immolating Breath. This is a fire, direct damage, and dot that lasts for 5 minutes. This is going to be problematic because after the fight, your healers are going to need to keep everyone alive for up to 5 minutes while the buff wears off, the debuff wears off. It is no resist check against fire, so we can get our fire resist as high as possible. Most of the characters might not get hit by it, but most likely you're going to have a lot of folks getting hit by this, so we'll have to figure out how to survive afterwards, since there's no way that I know of how to dispel it at level 60 with Kunark spells. So we got a beep. What's going on? Oh, people are dying. Oh, we aggro Talendor. That's interesting. So, that was not supposed to happen. So why don't we just kill him real quick and I'll respawn him and we'll actually do the fight while talking about it. So that's interesting. So I'm going to tell my guys to melee him so they get underneath him. So this was, you can actually see how easy he is because of this. And I just basically ruined the whole fight because I just killed him. So let me just get everyone back. So let me just, what can we do about this? So we're going to just summon everyone back. It's a big deal. And so some people won't be buffed. And we're going to have this dot on us for 5 minutes. Probably what I'm going to do is pause the recording of the video while I rebuff everyone is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to start everyone's macro over. And you're going to hear a bunch of beeps. I apologize. That's just some errors we have in the veteran AAs that are not present. And I don't know how to disable that. And don't really need to figure it out. It's okay. Just have people beep. So let me go back to just explaining some things while everyone kind of figures out what they're doing. Hopefully no one else will die while the debuff wears off, but you can actually see it right here. It is what it is. It does 100 per tick. Although the Bard regeneration and then the Druid hit point regeneration and the spiritual purity from the Beast Swords might be able to counter most of that damage. So what does Talendor drop? So he drops pretty much everything that Vox drops, and I'm kind of sorry, it's Vox and Nagafen, a little bit of both. He has this. This is from Vox, but then he has Nagafen loot. So it's mostly Nagafen with a little bit of Vox too. And he also has his Shield of the Red Dragon, which is one of his unique drops. And then he drops a whole bunch of spells, and he can drop additional loot at random, as you can see. He actually can drop quite a few things periodically. But not really someone you're going to gear off of, because you probably were in Classic and you geared off Nagafen and Vox, but if you're level 60 now and you're banished from Nagafen and Vox's lairs, these are the guys to gear on until you start doing harder targets, such as Trakenon, Veneral Sather, and then obviously eventually Vishan's Peak, where all the good loot is, because really Kunark doesn't have a ton of good loot outside the Epic Quest and Vishan's Peak, as far as I know, besides kind of, group content where you can get decent stuff. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause the video for just a few minutes, let the buff routine finish, let everyone get back to full life, so we do have some people getting hit by the dot. And then we're going to come back and I'm going to respawn Talendor. I'm going to talk about how to pull him when he doesn't walk into your raid like that, and how to engage him. And I'll be right back. So I want to show you guys something, and I'm going to actually put this in a separate video because this is a very helpful thing for resetting your debuffs on everyone. So if you tell everyone to target themselves, you can do /BCAA / key press space F1. Tell everyone to press F1, which targets themselves. Make sure they're not buffing anyone. Make sure they're not doing anything. You got to do it between buff routines. Like you tell everyone to stop buffing or everyone's fully buffed. Everyone will target themselves. Then you can type /BCAA / say space pound nuke buffs space detrimental. And what that will do is dispel all detrimental debuffs off the character on everyone. And it's cheating, but if the fight's over and you don't want to spend like a half hour dispelling debuffs off everyone, or cure poisoning, cure disease, curse, etc., maybe you have like a 3-hour debuff on you, like what Trakenon uses or what Vulak uses in Velius, it's a quick way to nuke the buffs off everyone, or the debuffs in this case. And you just do this, and you do that, and it's really quick. And it looks like it worked on everyone, because on the left, I just see Dusty's Warder getting hit by the AoE, and I could switch to Dusty and target the pet and do it, but I'm not going to. But yeah, it's a quick way to just kind of like reset the fight, especially if the fight's over and you want to go off and do something else, and you don't want to wait for a debuff or a dot of some sort to kind of wear off. That's the command. So I'll just show that again real quick. I'm going to bring this chat window, my terrible UI. You're going to do that command first, right here where the mouse is, and then you can do that command right after. So key press F1, nuke buffs detrimental, and that will that'll clear all your debuffs. You can not put detrimental, and it'll actually clear all your buffs and debuffs. It'll do the whole thing. If you want to just reset everyone, just do nuke buffs without detrimental. I think you can also do nuke buffs beneficial to knock off buffs and not debuffs. I don't know why you would do that, but you can. So what I'm going to do is repop the zone. That's my repop button. I'm just going to med up, and I'm going to target Talendor, and you can't do this. Just delete his corpse real quick. If I could spell. All right, we'll target Talendor. I'm going to face him. This is a MacroQuest command, targeting at a distance and facing to see where he is. And I'm just going to have a standing corpse. That's funny. Make sure we have everyone. Do / count. Make sure everyone's here. They are 72 bots connected. We're just gonna follow the path to Talendor. Now you can choose a tracker if you don't use MacroQuest, or maybe you're on a server where you're not allowed to target at a distance. You can do a tracker to find him. I just recommend not fighting him near the lava, because when you guys get feared, you'll definitely run into the lava. Not definitely, but you could, and that's just no fun. So it looks like some of my characters are falling behind. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let them fall behind, and as I get closer to Talendor, I'm going to hit my summon button. I do recommend pulling him like either the over there zone in, or like the northeast corner of Skyfire, or kind of in this nook that I'm heading to right now. Just, again, away from the lava, because, it seems like he's right over there. I don't want to fight him near the lava. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it. Yeah, it looks like Becca fell behind. So let me just quickly summon everyone right here. I'm going to have everyone stop following Dave. Oh, that was weird. Everyone ran forward. Okay. So I just use my J boots. I'm gonna face Talendor. I'm gonna pull him back to the raid. So Dave may get feared. And again, it only lasts 6 seconds, so that's fine. So you could, again, if you don't have MacroQuest for help, just use tracker. Don't use /face. That doesn't work if you don't have MacroQuest or if you're not allowed to use it. And we're gonna just fast /face him again. He looks like he's way over here. I mean, obviously, if you're using GM commands, you can do #go to and just teleport to him. That's a more extreme way to get to him super fast. Let's see, where is he? He's still kind of way out there. We'll get to him eventually. Eventually run out of places that he can hide. I'm going to summon the raid a little closer. I don't feel like pulling Talendor across all this. There's a mob over there, so we don't want to fight him over there. So I'm going to pull the whole raid to me. My summon button. If you haven't seen my summon button, this is what it looks like. Just that me.name, whatever character you put it on, it will replace with that character so that you can use it on everyone. And oh, that's a worm. The trick is everyone in your party must have GM privileges for this command to work. So in the database, you have to make each account a GM. Otherwise, that button will not work. That's what it looks like. So we're still kind of finding Talendor. Where is he? He's got to be up in this corner somewhere. I think what I'm going to do, we'll think about this. I'm going to summon everyone here now, so we're getting kind of, again, far away. So, again, part of being a GM of your own servers, conveniences like that. It's better than running everyone across the zone, risking people getting left behind or falling into lava or getting aggro. So, Talendor should be... I think he's pathing. I think he's wandering around. We're going to, again, summon everyone just a little closer. It's good to have that summon button, honestly. It really is. It's great to have that summon button. You could always obviously have your whole raid follow you, and that's probably, easier on a server where you don't have GM commands, obviously, because you can't do the go-to button. But, yeah, where is this guy? Where is his mother? Where's his mofo? There he is. So I'm going to summon everyone right here. There's Talendor. Oh, there's the fear. Just get feared. No big deal. And you're going to see how anticlimactic this is. It's such an easy fight, minus that dot. So after the fear wears off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell everyone to follow Dave. So everyone gets right back where they were. I forgot to do /NS big cold. So the wizards cast cold spells. And now we're just going to engage him. And debuff and dot and engage. And he's just going to go down like a joke. Because Talendor, aside from that dot, which is going to hit a number of people, is a joke. He really is. All the Kunark dragons, outside of maybe Trakenon and obviously Vishan's Peak, are very easy. They have 32,000 hit points, and at level 60, if you have a decent team, you don't even need 72 characters. I have 72 characters. Yeah, 3 tanks, 3 tank groups, 4 caster groups, 5 melee groups. You could do this with 36 people. You could probably even do it with 24 if you really wanted to. They're really not that hard. Getting to harder fights would be, like, again, Vishan's Peak, maybe Veneral Sather. So, easy fight. Let's see. I'm not even sure what the loot was that dropped because Bria probably took it all. Like, actually switched to Bria's client. And, she's just kind of carrying miscellaneous, which I'm actually not sure. Let's see if I can go through the spam. So, I'm not really sure what she looted, but it looks like she took Gauntlets of Fiery Might and a Dragon Hero Bracer. So, if I bring those up, kind of look at them and think who to give it to. So if we go here, do like find slot hands only melee, and see what melee to give it to. So plenty of melee do not have hands. I'm going to give it to Hops, so we're going to target Hops, and I'm just going to give it to him. 11624. And then I'm just going to destroy it out of. Oh, there's 2 of them. Okay. I'm just going to destroy it out of Bria's inventory because they're basically assigned at that point. And I'm going to give the other one to... Let's give it to Jake too. He doesn't have any hands or any gauntlets. So we'll destroy this one. No big deal. And then the bracer. We'll do a find slot left wrist only melee. It's a good melee item. And a lot of people have blue diamond, as you see. And honestly, I'm not really sure who to give it to. How about we give it to... Let's give it to Richie. He's a berserker. Probably not the best person to give it to, but just because Berserkers at this level with my current gear are one of my worst melee classes. They start to shine more at 65. Anyway, that was Talendor, and we're gonna continue doing Kunark targets, and I'll eventually do the Epic 1.0. So if you like what you see, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's show more people the love of how to play EverQuest a different way. And I'd really appreciate feedback. I would like to expand my channel to do maybe more videos per week. I currently do 2 to 3, but maybe get up to 5 or so. But I would like to branch out into other games. I know a lot of you are die-hard EverQuest fans just like me, but I would like to show other people, ways to play games outside of EverQuest and in weird ways kind of like this. So if you'd like to see that stuff, please let me know, just so I know that I'm not going to waste my time, because I want to do like 1 to 2 hour long videos and stuff and really go into the nitty-gritty. So until then, talk to you soon.